Rico Bullful, and this is Uncut News. Tonight we're starting the broadcast with some concerning news. The newly appointed Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Hugh Todd, has tested positive for the Rona. In response, President Fangio has ordered all government ministers to be tested and to self-quarantine pending the results of said tests. The Ministry of Public Health has now embarked on a massive contact tracing campaign relating to Todd. Todd was sworn in as the minister on August 5th, and since then he has come in contact with a concerningly large number of government employees and politicians, including the whole cabinet, ministry staff, US Ambassador Sarah Ann Lynch, and even the President of Suriname. So, good luck with that, folks. Needless to say, Norrico is not leaving his home anytime soon. Now that we finally have a full government, they are now at work putting together an emergency national budget to be introduced this month. The budget will cover the new government's immediate plans and programs and will be followed by a larger budget later in the year. In an effort to complete the emergency budget for it to be tabled in the National Assembly, the government has asked the technical staff at the Ministry of Finance to fast-track the process. Parliament is expected to reconvene in 2 weeks. But it should be noted that in many countries, governments have used such emergency legislation as a legal means to redistribute wealth back to the elites and big business owners. What is happening in Trumpistan right now is a great example of that. So we will be watching this story closely. You're getting sent home. You're getting sent home. You're all getting sent home. Yesterday, the Minister of Local Government and Regional Development, Nigel Darmlaw, sent home 7 of the nation's REOs. Randolph Storm of Region 1, Dennis Jaikaran, Region 2, Jennifer Ferreira Dougal, Region 3, Ovid Morrison, Region 5, Kim Stephen Williams, Region 6, Carl Parker, Region 9, and Orrin Gordon in Region 10. All were sent home, and like a broken record, we are hearing that the ministry has lost confidence in their ability to perform because of unprofessionalism and heavy partisanship. So I hope the people who will replace them will take this as a lesson to stay apolitical. You are there to serve the people, not the party.
"911, what's your emergency?"
Hello? Please help! Somebody just stole my car!
Calm down, sir. It says here you're calling from Agricola. Are you injured?
No, I'm okay. I parked my car to run in the shop and get some top-up, and this might just jump in my car and drive away.
Don't worry, sir. Just activate the tracker in your car and give me the location. I will send the police unit.
Which tracker?
Wait, you don't have a GPS tracker in your vehicle?
No? Hello?
Sir, you're breaking up.
Hello?
Some people are real amateur. Just 16,000 for a GPS tracker at Triple B's, and still he ain't got one. Call 682-8326 and get your tracker installed today.
Perfect.
Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa says Panama needs to pay up. Apparently, the last government allowed Panama to rack up a debt of $1.184 billion to the Guyanese rice millers. Now, this translates to a loss to the GRDB of $353.9 million Guyana dollars in commission from the millers. He noted that the GRDB has a current liability of $4.7 million, and the ongoing payment delay may soon affect the GRDB's bottom line. Saying on Agriculture News, the GRDB and CANU have since opened an investigation into the massive drug bust in Germany. CANU is reportedly communicating with their counterparts in Germany. So, now let's hope and see if anything comes of this investigation. Hear ye, hear ye. The good King David Granger yesterday laid down his 10 commandments for eligibility to be an APNU AFC parliamentarian, one of which is no dinosaurs allowed. I'm just kidding. But Granger did say that long-serving MPs shouldn't expect to get a seat. Also, the list should consist of 50% women and a diversity of occupations. He also made it clear that all the parties in the coalition have to follow his 10-point criteria, and if they run counter, he will not hesitate to recall an MP. Someone has apparently got a beef with the critics. Last night, the home of controversial Guyanese social media personality Mikhail Rodriguez, aka Guyanese Critic, was shot up in Lusignan. According to Rodriguez, he heard rapid gunfire outside his home after 9 p.m. By the time he went out to investigate, the shooter had fled. Police recovered several spent shells from the crime scene. When Kaiser News asked who would want to hurt him, critics said, "I got problems with everybody." Oh, critics, you ain't easy. Moving on, it's no secret that Exxon has been hounding the government to approve the Payara development plan. In fact, they recently stepped up the bullyitation because next month they are expecting to make their final investment decision regarding the project. But before we sign off on anything else oil-related, the government has asked for some advice from Canada. While campaigning, the PPP promised to re-examine the country's oil deals. Nevertheless, ExxonMobil's senior VP cautioned that the longer that Guyana takes to approve the Payara field development plan, the more money the country could lose out on. I say take your time and make sure we get every penny's worth of our oil. BM Soaked is Guyana's #1 auto dealer. Visit their showroom at Lot 9 Crow Street, Georgetown. Don't be shy. That $800,000 you have saved up can get you behind the steering wheel now. Call them on telephone number 231-8451. BM Soaked Auto Sales. It's your turn to drive. Now, let's take a look at news in the region and around the world. Thursday, September 3rd, 2020, is the date when Jamaicans will head to the polls to elect their new government in what will be the country's 18th general election since universal adult suffrage in 1944. Prime Minister Andrew Holness made the announcement Tuesday during a statement in the House of Representatives. Nomination day will be Tuesday, August 18th. And in the USA, Douglas people, pick up yourself. Yesterday, Joe Biden named Kamala Harris as his vice presidential pick. On Wednesday, he and Kamala Harris made their first joint appearance as running mates in Delaware. Senator Harris is the first black woman and South Asian American in the role, which means she is the first Douglas to make it this far in American politics. See, ain't Trumpistan grand. Anyway, take advantage of this fresh business opportunity. Become a Digicel top-up vendor with Cellular Plus and earn some extra cash. No fancy smartphone or internet required. Just show up with your mango pelter and you're good to go. Call them on telephone number 685-3109 and find out about their special offer. Lazy police work in the Indian state of Uttar Pradesh resulted in a missing woman returning home last week to find that her family was in jail for supposedly murdering her. In February 2019, the woman's family reported her missing after she ran off to live with her boyfriend in Delhi. But instead of properly investigating the missing persons case, in December last, the local police just up and charged the woman's father, brother, and a relative of murdering her, or more specifically, of an honor killing. The police claimed that they had confessed to the crime, while the family says they were tortured to comply. The charges have since been dropped, and police have ordered an inquiry into the police department in question. Although, if this is how they handle missing persons investigations, I wouldn't be surprised if nothing comes out of this inquiry as well. Moving on to our Uncut News Viewers Poll question of the day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Guyana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it relates to us. You give your responses in the comments, and we'll read the best ones in the following episode. Yesterday's question was, the experts keep calling on the PPP to lead with fairness, transparency, and ethnic inclusion. Do you actually think the PPP is going to do that? Wayne Jacobs says, that will not happen. Noriko, transparency is actually just a word for most political parties that is used and misused by politicians in order to win votes. KS says, let me think hard. No, can't teach an old Jobdio new tricks. They only ethnically inclusive with they die-hard brainwashed party people. Guess the only qualifications you need to be in charge of something in Guyana is to brown nose. Or so I wish for them to prove me wrong. they haven't yet. And Michael Passard said, I don't think the PPP will be transparent. I think they will muddy the proverbial political waters just enough to hide their own dirt. At the end of the day, it will be the same perpetual cycle of blaming each other and the use of whataboutism. Oh, I like that, whataboutism, that's spot on. Good answers, people. So tonight, I leave you all with this question. The PPP banned heavy-tinted car windows as a means of mitigating crime during the period of the Troubles. Experts believe that this did not have a real effect on the crime situation. Do you believe the government should remove the ban on tint since we're living in the hot tropics and the sun makes it hot like hell on earth? Think about that question and tell us in the comments below. If your response is good, we'll feature it in Thursday's episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight. Check us out tomorrow for another. Hey Uncut News viewers, thanks for watching. You can subscribe by clicking on this button over here, or click over there for more news. You can also drop a comment to let me know if you've made it to the end of the video. Goodbye for now!